Hey everyone. Alright, show you what our progress is, what we've got done, where we stand. Weather has kind of stopped us from getting any of this planted up to this point. It's been a couple of days since I shot the first part of this video, so we'll show you where we're at here. Okay, as you can see, we got 2 rolls of fabric laid, and I got a feeling we miscalculated. Because we're about out of peppers, so I'm not sure what we did here.
That's all you.
Yeah, apparently I changed something in the way I burnt holes versus what we were planning on planting, so that's all right. We'll roll with it.
That gives us more room over there for more stuff.
Yeah, that means we can get some more of our sweet peppers on that side that ain't bell peppers. These are just bell peppers.
Just orange, yellow, and red.
Yeah, this is just our orange, yellow, and red. So we may move over here and plant our purple and white and multicolored bells. So, okay. We have got the drip tape laid. We started to go under the fabric, but we chose to go over the fabric. We're going to see how this works. So we're on top of the fabric. I have got the valves installed on the end. This is where the main line will hook up, and we can turn these on and off like that. So that's off. Lines are laid. We got some staples in them. If we need to put more staples on, we will, but that's what we got for now. I chose to go with a 4 drip system. That way we got a drip emitter on each side of each plant. That gives good root zone coverage. And just ask Morgan. Morgan, tell them how happy you are that all you got to do is hook up a water hose and turn it on, and then come back and turn it off instead of having to walk up and down through here for water hose and hand water everything.
Yes, I'm very happy about
Very
that.
happy? Let's go see how happy Alyssa is with not having to hand water all of this. We will be doing some hand watering, but we're trying to get drip on as much of it as we can. We started some drip last year and fell in love. So, Alyssa, tell everybody how happy you are not to have to hand water all this.
Very.
Daniel,
Yeah.
are you happy to not have to hand water all this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Daniel and Alyssa's putting the rest of our peppers in the ground on this roll. If we don't have enough to finish this side, we will bring some more down tomorrow. We have got to get ready for market. So we've got the woven fabric laid for the other side, but we will not plant it tonight. And Morgan has got our stuff picked up. So I'm going to send Morgan to go start getting us ready for market. And the amazing Tiffany is planting peppers. Tiffany, does it make you smile to have peppers in the ground?
It does.
And folks, we realize we are here in East Tennessee and we've got around 10 days of weather that's too cool for peppers. It's not going to be frost. We're in the mid 40s. And yes, it would have been ideal to wait another 10 days to plant these. But the bottom line is we have over 1,200, right at 1,300 peppers to plant. And that can't happen in just a few days.
And we have more than just peppers to plant, and we have to take advantage of every day that it's not raining. We didn't break it, but it's already...
It doesn't matter. Broke's broke. Don't plant it. It may make it, but we won't plant it. See, folks, this is tragedy of war. Alyssa found, so sad thing is it was already setting little pepper blooms. But that is what it is. It may actually grow. This plant may set outside shoots. It looks like, yeah, actually, Alyssa, plant it. It's already got nodules popping in the corner. So it may grow us a plant. We'll go ahead and put it in the ground, be done with it. Because that was a yellow one, right?
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of extra yellow ones.
I got a cool thing over here.
What you got, Miss Tiffany?
So, going to get these out of the ground, and we've got this cool little earthworm that has decided to
Out of the pot?
Out of the pot.
He was in the pot.
Yep. And then the cooler thing is over here in this one, there has been a cool little earthworm go through there, and there's his little eggs.
Oh, that is awesome, Tiffany. You want to take your little, don't use your finger because it'll focus on it. You want to take something and point to that.
Right there.
See right there, right above? That is earthworm eggs. So that is awesome. Tiffany will be delicate putting that in the ground. This is one of the reasons we are a no chemical farm. Now, no till would be awesome, but the bottom line is we can't. So, but we are a no chemical farm because we want the earthworms to continue to build their population on our farm. And they have since we've been here. We've been here now over 10 years, and the population has continued to grow. So, just talk with you about the varieties we've got down here real quick, and then we'll move on to the next section of the video tomorrow. We have red sprinter bells, and that's a greenhouse variety. We have Wisconsin Lakes red bells, Ozark Premier red bells, and Spanish Mammoth red bells. And then we move on to our Rawia orange bell peppers. We've been growing that one for a few years. And then we got just an orange, it's called Orange Bell, and that's a blocky bell pepper. It's a variety we got from Baker Creek we're trying out this year. And then we have Molina Orange Bell, and then we have a Golden California Wonder bell pepper, and a Yellow Braconta bell pepper. The Yellow Braconta is a greenhouse variety also, but it works well in the field. So, and yes, we came up a little short. Now we leave openings ever so often. Alyssa, why do we leave the empty spots?
So we can plant like the pest
beneficial insect flowers. That's what she was trying to spit out. So we're going to plant zinnias or marigolds or something like that, ain't we, girl? So we leave some vacancies. So we're going to need 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24 more. Oh, nope, she's got more in her hand. All right, so maybe we're close to where we need to be. That would be awesome. We'll get one side done, and then we'll pull peppers for the other side. I'll go pull them here just right now, as a matter of fact. All right, y'all. We'll bring you back when we get the next part of the video shot, and we're going to post all this at one time for you, hopefully. Hey, hope you're all having a wonderful day. All right, we are continuing our planting on the peppers in this plot. As soon as we get all these planted, we'll get this video posted so you can see it. We got to do it in phases with work at the time we've got. I'll turn you around and let you take a look at it. Hope you enjoy. All right, this whole row is sweet peppers. This whole plot will be sweet peppers, except the upper row is going to be asparagus. We got new asparagus crowns coming in, and they'll go up there. So we got Cornito, Rosso, and Gallo. Now the Rosso is of course red, and the Gallo is yellow. So these are a hybrid, not GMO, a hybrid Corny de Toro. Higher production. So we're looking forward to that. Always a popular pepper. And if you look right there, you'll see there and there, we have some marigolds planted. Now the marigolds are here to help deter the bugs. And here we have another marigold and a basil. The basil is there to help deter certain bugs and pests. Now, the marigold also attracts beneficial insects. So you might say, well, why do I want insects in my garden? Well, there's certain insects like parasitic wasps and so forth that prey on the stuff you don't want in your garden. So that's what we want to attract, is pollinators and beneficial insects. So here we have another marigold planted, and Tiffany will probably come back and put a basil on that side. These are all still cornitos technically. And right here is where we start our habaneras. So the rest of this roll is all habaneras. Habanera is a heatless habanero. So you get the flavor of a habanero without the heat. So we have another marigold there. And then we have a couple of marigolds on the end. Now we would plant 3 marigolds, but if you know much about marigolds, as the year goes on, they get bigger and bigger and bigger. Sorry about that. Now, that is our small flame weeder. We've got a big one, hopefully we'll be putting together today or tomorrow. And that's what we use to burn the holes in this fabric. The tip of this is the perfect size to give us what we want. And that's what we do. I still got to burn holes over here on this side and get it took care of. Now here's the ones we just planted this weekend. That's this row here. It's rained a lot since then. These are all bell peppers. And then we planted those about a week ago. Those are all bell peppers. They're starting to look good. And we got the same thing going on there. We have got marigolds planted and basil ever so often. Right here we have a marigold and 2 basil. And there is, oh, nope, I'm sorry. That is not a basil in the middle. That is actually a pepper right in the middle. We got a basil up there and a marigold down here. That is a New Mex Trick or Treat. And that is a heatless hot pepper. So, pretty cool, pretty cool. We got some Chocolate Beauty bell peppers. Apple tree. Another marigold. Now we're working into I think these are blot peppers. They're a multicolor, yeah, that's blots. It's a multicolor bell pepper. More marigolds, another basil, some purple bells, another marigold, and basil. You get the drift. All right, let's get the rest of these planted and we'll show you what we got going on there. Hey, how's everybody doing today? Well, I thought I would let you see what we're up to this morning, what we're doing. We are working in the soon-to-be, hopefully, greenhouse slash high tunnel. This will be a double wall poly greenhouse with an inflation fan. And we've got the frame up, getting ready to start on the end walls, hopefully in the next week. But right now we had already, as I showed you in a previous video, we've already planted this greenhouse. So now we are doing some trellising. Can't get behind on this stuff because the plants, it just defeats the purpose of trying to get your crops grown. You end up with a disaster. So that's what we're working on. So I thought I would let you see. If you got any questions about any of this stuff, be sure to comment below. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video and hit that notification icon. Alright, so let's get you turned around. Okay, so here we have our double row of greenhouse bell peppers. We're trying to maximize the use of the greenhouse size So out here next, and style, out here next to the outer wall, we're growing these peppers up this way. And then same thing here, these will be growing this way. And as you can see, the tomatoes are sloping the other direction. So hopefully that gives us enough room to walk through here. These bell peppers, these greenhouse variety bell peppers, will be grown to, looks like we're going to do a double stem system, so it'll be a V system. So right now we're only trellised for the single stem because I don't have the second stem yet. We're waiting on it. Well, Morgan is tying our strings, so she'll come back in, or one of us, when these actually start to spread out, and we'll put a second string in for each plant to grow the second lead or two. Now the tomatoes will either be grown to a single or a V. I have not decided yet. I'm thinking it's going to be a single, just not for sure yet. The cucumbers we still haven't set anything up for yet. That's next on the to-do list. Probably get all this finished today. Alyssa's been climbing the ladder and putting hooks up. She's got all of these up in place for us here, so me and her can string the next cable. What we're using is a 12.5 gauge electric. Tiff, you want to tell us what we've been doing over here beside us today?
We have been planting cayenne type peppers and squash. This will be all of the cayenne peppers that we are going to grow. There's purple, there's yellow, there's red. So you got all the different ones. And then we've got our squash, and they are all patty pan type squash. So we tilled it up, we put fabric on top, we burn our holes. We almost always plant our hot peppers 3 to a row. Some people will say that's way too close. We found it really works for us. For 3 years now, so you can say what you want to, but it works. I mean, we put amendments in the soil, our Daddy Pete's products, mushroom compost, cow manure, so forth, and then we put our Espoma garden tone in the hole before we plant. So it's got plenty of fertilizer in it. And then in the middle row, it was tilled up, of course, but we have put the Daddy Pete's mushroom compost on top, and then planted the squash in there with it. So, and planted them 2 foot apart.
And this is part of our 1,000+ pepper series, isn't it, that we're working on this year. And 1,000 peppers may not be a much for some people, but it is for us. This is our largest undertaking yet, and it's actually going to be close to right around 1,300, give or take a little bit. And we're trying to kind of organize as we do this and so forth. So this is all of our cayenne types, as Tiffany said. We have a Killian.
There's like 45 there.
Yeah, I forget what the number was, 46 or something maybe.
Yeah.
And so this, we're going to have Killian in here, which is an orange cayenne type pepper. Buena mulatas, which is starts out purple and switches over, and then it switches to an orange to a red. And sorry about the camera there. I'm filling up watering buckets while I'm talking to you. We got to go back to the back field where we don't have any irrigation and top off or water some stuff back yonder. Now, that's what we planted there. Now let's go over here. We'll show you what we've been working on also.
Hey, it's Tiffany at A Different Chick Farm and Orchard, and we want to go through and show you a little bit on what we're doing with our greenhouse that is not up yet. We've got the structure built, but we were a little bit late getting everything going. Everything kind of just bombarded us all at once. So we don't have the plastic up, which works out pretty good because we actually don't need it up right now. but we are hoping late summer we'll get the plastic up, so everything that we'll have growing here will be able to continue to growing, we're hoping, through December. So let's go through and show you what we've got. So as you can see right here, we have got some of these
It's just a piece of steel wire.
steel wire, and we've got our strings tied to them. So we have this going like this because this row right here is specifically our greenhouse variety peppers. So they are mainly for big production. They're going to get heavy. Those peppers are big, beautiful peppers. We're going to let most of them get fully mature so they can actually get to their color that they're intending on being. And we're going to V them out. So I'm going to assume Steve's going to come back through here probably and put another string so they will be able to V out so we can get even more production. So with production like that, we're going to make sure we keep them fertilized, keep water on them, because they're going to need a lot of nutrients to produce as many peppers as we need them to. So the varieties we have here it's a Sprinter Red, so it's a big production type, big beautiful red bell pepper. Now a lot of people don't know that there is specifically not a green bell pepper. A green bell pepper is an immature pepper, so when they mature to their full size, they are no longer green, they will be their intended color. So the Sprinter Red will end up being red. So let's see, we've got several rows of Sprinter Red, and we've got a Bracanto yellow bell, so it's going to turn out being yellow. So we've got our red and our yellow. Now we also have some of these varieties down in our field, but like I mentioned, we have these planted in our greenhouse solely for the purpose of having them through hopefully December and maybe even longer, because this will be a heated greenhouse. So we're going to push them as long as we can. Now if you notice, these guys have already got little flowers on them, and they're getting ready to push out. So hopefully in the next week, these things are going to just bloom out, and that will be the start of our peppers. So that will be very exciting. We've got Melania, which is an orange bell pepper. We actually grew those last year in our greenhouse, and they did really well. We just didn't take care of them like we should. We didn't fertilize them properly, and we certainly didn't keep water on them, because in East Tennessee we often get 90 degrees. Actually yesterday I think we hit 90 degrees, and being as though we had a frost like 2 weeks ago, actually a pretty good freeze. So it's hit or miss here in East Tennessee. We have Lilo, which is our purple bell pepper. So we've got red, yellow, orange, and purple. And I think that is all of our varieties here. It is. So hopefully we'll have those that will be in production soon. They're getting ready to go that route. So let's see, we've got tomatoes on this way. Now, first off, let's go over to the rest of our peppers. These are our hot pepper varieties. So if you don't know, we actually sell hot peppers as long as we can through the winter. Last year I think we had to stop production in the end of December because we failed to heat our greenhouse properly and feed it with nutrition, and so they just didn't do so well. And then when it got super cold, they died off. So we actually still have some that have overwintered and are still growing in our greenhouse number 2. But that being said, let's go over some of these. Now we are doing sort of the same, the leaning over like those, but we are trellising this on this outer row out because they do get pretty big. We've got the back row staked because there's just not going to be room to trellis them out. And then we've got a few in the middle, and I'm assuming we're going to probably trellis some of them. Yeah, we don't know yet. So we've got Pumas, which is a really super hot pepper. They're small, multicolored, purple, yellow. They are beautiful, but they taste really good too. Now, they are super hots. So if you can't handle the heat, they're not so great, but it's one of my favorites. So we do love our Pumas. We've got Trinidad Perfume. We thought we had Trinidad Perfume last year, and it turned out to be actually super sweet and no heat. So we're hoping we get a true Trinidad. And we've got the teal. The teal is actually one of Alyssa's favorites. It is an orange hot. It is not like super hot, but it is still in that super hot category. But for us, we can actually handle that with like everyday food. So you may or may not be able to do the same. We've got Apocalypse Scorpion. Now those are really super hot. Now by the name you would kind of think that's the hottest pepper in the world, but it's not. But it's right up there with them. But it's really good. Has a great flavor. Some of your super hots lose that flavor, but Apocalypse Scorpion doesn't. We actually will grind those up into powder and use that throughout the year, especially in the winter, in a lot of our cooking and salsas and chilies and so forth, because it's really good. So chocolate ghost. Now most people are familiar with ghost peppers. Ghost peppers are really hot, but they hit you, but then they come back to spook you just a little bit later, and then they go away, and then they spook you again. And the chocolate has a really great smoky flavor to it. I actually made a sauce, or a well, yeah, it was a hot sauce last year, but it was with my figs and the chocolate ghosts, and it was amazing. Now it would burn you up, but the flavor was so good it just made you wanting more. So hopefully I will have enough figs to be able to do that sauce again this year and maybe offer it to some of our customers.
All right, everybody. We just wanted to give you a little highlight reel today, and nothing big, but we wanted to get you an addition to our pepper videos out. This is part of our 1,000+ pepper series this year. We're hopefully going to end up around 1,300 plants, and we thought that we would just take a moment here after church today, and while Tiffany's still all dressed up, and give you a little bit of what's going on. So anyway, we'll bring you back and touch on the tomatoes and some of the other stuff later in the week. All right, Tiff, give us a send-off.
Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoy. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel and tell your friends about us. Thank you all.
All right, everybody, take care. God bless you.